All right, so you're getting your first kit together. You want a decent knife. You want maybe a bushcraft style type knife. Today we're looking at probably one of the better bushcraft knives out there for the money. This is the HORNET from Holtzman Survival. Let's check it out. All right, folks, welcome back. So like normally, Holtzman's knives come in these beautiful gift set. Most of the time, the ones that I've seen come in this gift set here. It is complete. There's everything you need to start out on your bushcraft journeys in this box here. You have a ferro rod, a striker, knife, really nice sheath, some paracord if you want to make a lanyard. Definitely a nice little kit. I love the way he puts these together. They're very, very well made. So let me show you what's in the kit first, and then we'll get the box out of the way. Then we'll talk a little bit about the knife. But first off, you're going to get the sheath with the tech lock on here. These are awesome for carrying around. You'll simply just move it. You can have it locked on here. Okay, there's a lock. It's off. Turn it to on, push in, open up, put it right over your belt. I like that. I like the fact that it's not weaved through your belt, so you can take this off if you need to. If you're leaving an area where you're doing any kind of outdoor stuff and you want to take it off your belt, very, very easy. Next up will be the knife itself, and we're going to get more into this, but I got to tell you, this is a nice looking knife, right? Love the scales on it. D2 steel knife, nice blade, nice sharp spine too for ferro rod striking. And speaking of ferro rods, a decent sized ferro rod. A lot of these knives come with these really super skinny ferro rods. I'll give you an example. I made this with a 223 case, but you see how thin that is. You see the comparison. So a nice, decent, thick ferro rod, and we are going to test this out as well. In front here, you've got this little striker. And these actually work pretty well. Sometimes they include strikers and knife kits, and it's like, I'm never going to use that. I'll use the back of my knife. But these actually work very well. An adjustment tool to adjust your sheath any way you want it. You can even take off that if you want to carry your own ferro rod. You don't want to bother with it, or you want to make it tighter or looser. This will adjust it all right there. And of course, some lanyard for your back of your knife. On a knife like this, I probably wouldn't use lanyard, but that's up to you. So let's move this out of the way and talk a little bit about the knife. Okay, so the knife here is a long military style, kind of bushcraft style knife. It's 9.37 inches long, 4.68 blade, D2 steel. You'll be able to cut pretty much anything you need with that without it going blunt. It does take a little more effort to sharpen D2 steel, but not much. This thing came razor sharp out of the box to begin with, so I really can't complain about that. You do have a very nice highlighters there, liners I should say, inside there, nice orange plastic. So it will be a little more visible in the woods if you drop it or something. That will show up. It's not a natural color, so it kind of jumps out at you. Nice black G10 scales. They are very smooth, but the nice thing about G10 is it's kind of grippy. I really like it, you know, a kind of nice grippy feel to it. So that's the knife itself. I really do like it. If you want to put the kit all together, okay, I'm going to show you how I do it. Now, these are usually tight when you first get them, okay? So you're going to just stick this in here. Actually, wasn't tight. Put it around like that. Put your striker in here, in the front, and your knife in the sheath. You get that little bit of a protection there so it doesn't pop out. And there you go. These are very well thought out knives. If I can get that snap in there. There we go. Very well thought out knives. Very robust, well made. They feel good in your hand, and that's what I like about them. They're less expensive, but they feel good in your hand, and they work very well. I have never, and you know I've done a lot of the knives that he puts out, never had one edge roll on me from doing normal stuff. You know, of course, you're going to bang it into the concrete like Dutch bushcraft knives. Yeah, it's going to roll. But I've never had one of these break on me or roll on me or chip on me or anything doing just normal bushcraft tasks. So, got to say, really, really nice. I do like the fact that they give you a little bit of an adjustment tool here. So if it gets loose over time, which it does happen, you can tighten it back up. If you decide you don't want the striker and the ferro rod, all that can be removed very, very easily. These two take the ferro rod off, and these three take that off, and you just have a sheath and a knife. So very, very nice. I do like the orange liners with the black. They will stand out a little bit if you drop them. Again, if you're in a fall environment, maybe it'd be a little harder to find, but then the black would stand out. So all in all, pretty darn cool. So what I'd like to do is take it outside and give it a little test. Just baton some wood with it, do a little feather sticking, maybe start a fire with it, and see how well it works. So let's get this outside and set up and try it out now that everything is dried off out here. All right, so I'm just cutting up a little bit of wood off of this. So I'm just going to baton the side here. I don't want the whole thing, but I want to see how it works out. And the water you see on the bottom here isn't water left over from the floods. It's just I wanted to clean off the mud there. So we're all pretty much dried up from that. So let's get it in here. Start working it down. Remember, I just want to break off a little piece here on the end. And this is an awfully big piece of wood, but let's get through it. There we go. Getting careful at the bottom because I don't want to slam my knife into the concrete, but already I have a more than big enough piece here to snap off and use. So that's really all I was doing with this big piece, but I wanted to see if it would make it through there, and it did perfectly. No problems whatsoever. Edge is fine. So I'm going to chop this up a little bit more just to test it out. There we go. And the only reason I'm not going all the way to the bottom is because I don't want this thing to slam into the concrete. I'll tell you one thing, it is very comfortable with this grip, the G10 grip. It's very, very comfortable on it. Okay. Let's get this spot here. There we go. When you see the stove I'm going to use, you'll understand why I want smaller pieces. Even going around a knot there was no problem. So there you go. That's pretty darn good. See how it works for, you know, shaving a little point off the end of it. Working very good for that. I'm not going to waste all this shavings here. But yeah, no problem there. Very controllable. You can feather stick with it if you want. Very easily. Very controllable knife, actually. I really like that. Let's see how the back does. I got some fat wood in my bucket here. See how the back does, making some shavings. Oh yeah, that's sharp. I don't know if you see it on camera, but it's just pouring out all over the place. So what I'm going to do is finish up this wood, get it down to little sticks, because this is the stove I'm going to be using. This is one of my little home creations. This is a strainer. You can buy these at the store for like $5, $4. And this is an extra little pot burner grill type thing that I put on top of it. So we're just going to use this to have a little fire. This has a little bit of a natural windbreak on it with enough holes in it to get some wind in there for the fire. So let me finish up the wood here, and we're going to get to work, see if it'll light a fire. All right, so I've got my fat wood here. I got a little bit of dryer lint. I'm going to just kind of throw a little fat wood shavings on there. And as you can see, that thing is shaving off good. The reason I'm putting this on the dryer lint is so you can see how well that scrapes off all that fat wood on there. So you can see that's definitely a nice sharp scraping edge there. Let's get some of that fat wood off there so we can strike it with the ferro rod. And we'll take the ferro rod off here. I'm probably going to use the edge of this knife. The striker is nice to have, but I'm probably going to use the edge of it just to get it started. So I got to get all the stuff off here. There we go. And we've got fire. So it was that simple. Real easy. I just had to get the coating off it. I'm going to throw a few pieces of wood in here and open it up a little bit. And there you go. So I'm going to let that burn. We'll see how we like this knife. So as you can see, it can definitely baton. It can definitely do all that. It's still very sharp on the edge there. I can still feel it. Definitely like it. Very nice knife. Very handy. Feels great in your hand. You do have the lanyard holding back in case you want one. Never been a big fan of lanyards, but sometimes on my hatchets I'll put them on, the smaller ones, just to kind of have a way to hold on to them a little better. And as you can see with this thing, you can just feed it through there. So it's a neat little stove, but definitely liking the kit. I'm going to try the striker on it. We're not going to try to light anything with it, but I'm going to just try it out to see how I like it. Yep, that's throwing sparks, as you can see. So it does work. It's got a nice sharp edge on it. Just wanted to make sure that worked too. But so far I'm very pleased with the knife. Now here's the cool thing. This knife is normally $200. Okay, it's on sale for $100.05, I think, because you're saving $99.95 on it. So for $100, you're going to get a knife that's definitely going to get you started. And even more experienced knife folks might like something like this. It's definitely a nice. Feels good in your hand, nice sturdy knife, D2 steel, which is harder to come by in inexpensive knives, and works pretty well. So I'm pretty pleased with it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave you a link down below, and you can check out that link right there, and that will get you it on the sale price, and I think you'll be quite pleased with the knife itself. This is the Holtzman Survival Hornet knife. Definitely a comfortable knife in your hand, and I'm loving it. I'll tell you, I'm going to be using this a lot more. I end up with a lot of knives because of the nature of the reviews I do, but I definitely like this one. Like I said, it's going to be $100.05. Save $99.95 on it right now with the link down below. Definitely check it out and see if you like it. Anyway, folks, that's the video for today. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Do check out my other links. I have my Amazon affiliate store down below, and as you can see, my fire is going out. That's a very efficient burn, by the way. This thing really works well. My Amazon link down below, and that link will have all the products that I use in the channel. This will be on its own link, okay? This will be on his site as well. Nate is the site with Nate is the guy with Holtzman Survival, so that won't be on Amazon, although he does sell on Amazon. But this will be the direct link to the sale down below. But the Amazon store allows you to check out all the things that I have that I use in the channel. Some of the things I review, some of the things I use every day. And if there's nothing in there you like, just click that link and shop as you normally would every day whenever you shop on Amazon. We do appreciate that. Below that is our freeze-dried wholesaler link. And that link will save you 15% just for using the link. So you can save 15% by using my link there and get all the freeze-dried food you could possibly want. It adds up after a while. When you get those bigger orders, that 15% is very helpful. And below that is our Thrive Life food store down there, our freeze-dried food with Thrive Life. We do have a sale coming up soon, so definitely check that out. For you guys who are consultants and delivery customers, we have a sale going on. You can get a lot of good deals on that summer sale. And below that is our My Patriot Supply link. That's preparewithiridium.com. Anyway, folks, hope you enjoyed the video. I know I'm loving this new knife. Stay safe and stay prepared.